As our guest tonight on the couch. Jonathan Brown and Nick Revolt here as always, but Dyson HEPPELL, the captain of the Essendon Footy Club, been good enough to join us. And Dice, always say the easiest thing's fronting up when your side's up the top of the ladder and you're winning and all's good in the world. The hardest thing is when your side's struggling, and your side is struggling, so we commend you for being here tonight.
Skaz, yep, no doubt. It's hasn't been an ideal season. We've obviously been quite disappointed in our performances, and on the weekend was a very flat night. Some of the vision quite damning. But yeah, it has been a trying period, and it's part of the cape. Our footy can smash it pretty quickly, and that's all part of leadership too, mate. And I'm very proud to play for the Essendon Footy Club. Some of what we've served up hasn't been up to scratch, but I've no doubt we can bunker down, stick together. Times like this where you really need to hone in and really try and, I guess, stand for something and drag yourself out of a patch and a period where you just need to be really proud of what you're trying to put out there on a weekend.
How does that make you feel when you watch that last bit of vision there, when it is your 200th game? You have been a great servant. It's your birthday, which is neither here nor there, but it's a big emotional occasion for you, and then 2 hours later you walk off with the performance that they served up. Do you feel disrespected as the captain of the footy club?
No, look, I'm part of all of that too. Like, I'm part of that with the boys. We're one collective unit. And it had the making to be a fantastic night. The lead-in, the love and support that I got from not only the footy club, the Essendon family, but the entire footy community was outstanding. And it was pretty flattening walking off though after the game.
Well, where does it go wrong then, do you think? So the week before you have a really good comeback against Hawthorn, a lot of almost pressure felt like it got relieved on the football club. You came out and were pretty strong in the way you articulated, people to get off your back. And then you fast forward a week later, and it just looks to the rest of us on the outside like it was just an event. It was just a one-off. And you had a lot to play for, your 200th,
yep.
And an opportunity to put those critics to bed.
Yep, no doubt. It's I feel like we've been putting in a fantastic patch throughout the week of training. We're reviewing our games really firmly. The standards we're trying to uphold at the club and training with purpose and improving each week, it's just not translating on game day. And it sort of was another one of those ones on the weekend where we just couldn't tap into it. And, we have got a really young list, got a lot of young guys in the team, and we do understand that we're going to go through ups and downs throughout this period. Not to make excuses, and we've had some key players out of the team as well that we do sorely miss. But there are a lot of things, that are coming out in our games that we don't want to stand for sure.
You're spot on. Facts are that you're inexperienced at the moment. You've had injuries, all those sorts of things. But the effort is where you're starting to question the football club. That's been the narrative in the industry, and no doubt from your fans. 30 tackles on the weekend, 5 of your losses this year, 40 or less tackles. Competition average is 60 for context. That's win, lose or draw. Yeah. So, per team. So you look at Essendon, why is that? Why is your tackle count or your lack of pressure happening consistently this season?
Yeah, it's hard to nail down one thing, mate, but it really is, and it's just a period where we still need to dive into the whys, and we're not going to shy away from that. Everyone's taking ownership of their own individual performances. We're not blaming or making excuses or having corridor chats. It's all open and in the air and in the environment within the footy club. And each and every one of you guys would have gone through periods like this. And it is tough. It is tough to keep everyone together. But that is the key to it. You've got to keep bunkering down and making sure everyone's working as a collective, as a cohesive unit, have trust in the game plan that we're implementing, have trust in the senior coach, which I absolutely do, and work through this period together, and no doubt we'll bounce out of it.
So I hear contest method a lot in the post-match press conference from Ben Rutten. So that's obviously where things are breaking down. Is it the method, though, or is it more to do with the effort? Because those tackling numbers and those pressure numbers are unacceptable at league level.
I guess the method part comes into it, gives you a chance to actually be in a position to be able to tackle. And it's, I guess that could be a main area where things are breaking down at times. But yeah, and also throughout stages where you're going through periods like this, sometimes you can try too hard, and in the end, you end up making decisions that it looks like you're not even trying.
Yeah.
As funny as it sounds, it can often come across that way. So, yeah, we're going to keep working though, mate, and I say it again and again, and I may sound like, over-optimistic at times, but I've been through periods like this where if you approach it in the right way, you have the right mindset and you stick together, you come flying out of these periods, you learn so much, you're more galvanised as a playing list. So no doubt I really firmly believe that will happen.
There'll be a lot of Essendon supporters at home listening just saying these are words, Dyson. I heard it 2 weeks ago from you, I heard it from Andy McGrath 2 weeks, I've heard it from you boys a lot, and it doesn't translate. How do you answer that? Yeah,
mate, as I said, it may sound repetitive, but history has shown when we've been in periods like this, we have bounced out of them. And we had a season last year where we stood for a real identity and everyone was right behind us. We had this wave of momentum coming. And I have every faith that we can get back to that. You see teams like Richmond of the past, 2016, Melbourne themselves, getting questioned a lot of times. And within the space of half a season, 12 months, they have premiership players, premiership clubs. So some of the best teams go through this.
Can we get specific then? So the Dylan Shields situation's been talked about a lot, and the vision, and the Luke Parker publicly and openly taunting one of your teammates, and it's hard to watch. You see, we don't see it very often, and you're watching it, and you're going, "Where's?" Well, you're sitting on the couch going, "What's the response going to be here?" And then one of your all-time greats, Matthew Lloyd, I think we got the audio here, had this to say on the weekend.
You never ever want to be walked over in life or disrespected in any way, and I thought Dylan Shield was disrespected in a way you never want to be treated as a footballer, and this was the next contest. I would have ploughed straight through Parker here and got him to the ground and said, "You will never ever treat me like that again." Free kick. I wouldn't have cared what happened. I think that'll be something that Ben Rutten will show and say, this is how you are viewed, Dylan, and this is how us as a team are being viewed. Where's the nastiness gone?
So this is one of your all-time greats, a captain of the footy club, who's challenging you as are you too nice? You don't care enough for your teammates? You lack a response when you're being publicly embarrassed like that? How do you answer that?
Yeah, look, look, Lloydie's got every right to say that, no doubt. Everyone has their own opinion, that's fine, but what does he want Dylan to plough through someone, give away a free kick, give away a 50-metre penalty and another goal? This day and age, free kicks are given away so quickly. And I think that the hardness and the firmness and what you're talking about in being a nice football team, it's not about giving away free kicks or showing full-blown aggression, or it's when the ball's there to be won. That's what we want to stand for. Playing good, quality, tough